everyone. We are live. Welcome to Purpose Agenda with Josh and Tom. We're here to talk purpose, potential, third eye, connection with consciousness, and the overall state of well being pertaining to money, health, relationships, love, light, whatever's on your mind. We welcome questions if you have them. Otherwise, we'll just talk the whole time and hopefully you get some value out of it. Speaking of value, how's life, Josh?
Life's good. It's just it's hot right now in Arkansas.
It's
So
hot all over right now.
yeah, yeah. But it's good. I'm glad I got a boat and a swimming pool, and we can hit the lake when we need to.
Ah, the boat and the swimming pool can hit the can hit the lake. Nice.
How
All
about
right.
you? I heard you got some pretty big news this week. Seen something about that?
You know, I'm a published author now, which I knew was inevitable. It's almost like I knew it was going to happen. So when it happened, it didn't seem like that big of a deal to me.
Right, right. I get that.
And I wrote it so long ago that um yeah, I it was one of those times where I used the quantum mechanics of feeling and living and thinking like the end had already occurred. And
Mhm.
so, kind of like Dr. Tom, I'm not done with my dissertation yet, but I claim the title Dr. Tom because there's no question in my mind that I'll get that done and it'll be so. And when it happens, everyone's like, "Yay, Tom!" I'll be like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." But it'll
Yeah,
be like I'll be on to the next things that I'm
it's
already.
yeah. In your head, you're gonna be like, I've been doing this for a long time now. So I'm just glad that everybody else is down, just catching up and realizing it, appreciate it. Right?
It's just kind of, yeah. You're waiting for the real life to catch up with what you have going on in your mind and what you're thinking about and feeling like. I even wrote a little note about it. Um, if it was already done, how would you be feeling? Like, how would you be feeling? How would you be acting? How would you be thinking if it was already done? And that's the whole thing. Is just any goal that we want in life. If we just act as if it's already done, well, things start aligning as if it's already done. It's already happening.
Yeah, yeah. So I get it. So one way I do it, like everything is a little weird and pisses me and everybody else off, is like I'm never done because my goal's not complete because I have a new goal, right?
No,
So
no one
everything
is ever done.
has like a little bit of an agenda behind it, you know?
Yeah, no one is ever done.
Yeah. So like, uh, I want to make sure I go to the best tax exempt store that I can that I have, or can I write this lunch off, because that's gonna take me to my next thing, or it doesn't matter if I'm gonna spend 30 minutes watching TV. Like, is this gonna progress to where I want to go, or is it gonna hurt me?
Gaia.
So it's just constant, and it just never stops because I'm already where I want to be in my head. So I got to make all my actions purpose, follow in line with to catch up.
That's one of the reasons people that procrastinate because they're scared to start. It's like they're so worried they're going to get it wrong or that they're going to fail. And the truth is, we're never done. Our consciousness is always evolving, and then when it evolves, it wants something bigger, better, broader, more impactful. It's just the way it is. It's not ego. It's not blind ambition. It's our soul's expanding, so it's wants more, and so we're never done, and we can't get it wrong because every mistake we make is getting us closer to the right path. Ah, Claudia's here. Oh, Claudia. Hey, Claudia. Claudia will come on as a guest on the screen and she will talk, talk, talk. Claudia's got a lot of questions. All right. So here's the thing about purpose. Claudia, welcome. You can chat up any questions you have and we will answer them. So let me tell you about Claudia. Claudia is going to do big things.
Awesome.
Claudia is going to go from having a dream and to implementing it in real life as gets her health back and her energy back because she's all in, man. She is realizing that
Man,
aligning with consciousness in
I,
the
I
higher
love you
realms.
so much. You spent chills down my back. Yeah, I believe it. You believe it. I believe it. I feel it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
good for
you can just tell when someone comes along that you know that they are ready. They've been waiting for this for a while, and now they're giving themselves permissions to go all in on it. And so Claudia is going to be one of those such people. Claudia, I don't know if you can. There's a chat. You can ask whatever questions you like in the chat there. So I want to talk to you about purpose.
okay.
And our show's called Purpose Agenda. Here's my hypothesis. There is two parts. Part number one, peace of mind, fulfillment, joy, and true prosperity will be very hard to reach, if not impossible to reach, without purpose. That's number one.
Peace of mind, joy, and fulfillment.
Peace of mind, fulfillment, and prosperity, true prosperity, whether that's wealth, free time, whatever you define true prosperity, will be nearly impossible, if not impossible, to get until someone is aligned with purpose. Now, hypothesis number two, purpose is not that hard. We have an inner purpose and we have an outer purpose, or your personal purpose. Now, the inner purpose is the same for every single person on the planet. That's why it's not hard. The inner purpose is to connect with consciousness, connect with intelligence and energy greater than ourselves, and to realize that to awaken and realize that we are not just our bodies and our brains and our bank accounts. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience, and we're connected to source light intelligence. And our purpose, first and foremost, is to live and stay in that consciousness as often as possible and to share that light with everyone around us. The secondary purpose, whether it's to be a teacher, a writer, to help people heal, to help people grow, to help people expand, that comes naturally when we're connected with consciousness, when we're connected with our true self, when we are aligned. And guess what, my friend? The third eye, it's one of the ways we connect. Science proves it. What do you think
Yeah.
about my two hypotheses?
I think the second one's a little confusing. If you could explain, I got the first three really easy. Dumb down the second one for me a little bit, or break each one of these other four down individually, if you could. I lost you a little bit.
Number one, all right. Without purpose, life sucks. That's the first one. Without purpose, life will be less than fulfilling. You can force things to happen, have temporary bouts of happiness, but it's not going to be long lasting. We need purpose. Second, purpose is not complicated. There's two levels to purpose. You're not going to believe this, Josh, but I think I believe that I actually have a picture for this. I'm pretty sure I do. But instead of me looking for it right now, I will do my
Yeah.
best to break it down. So every single time, every one of us, we came into the human form from a soul, from a higher consciousness, from a spirit, from what have you, and we have this body. Well, early on, we are happy, joyful, innocent, just loving. As life goes on, we forget these things. We forget that we are actually an energetic spiritual being having a human experience. And essentially, our purpose is to remember that and connect with God, with Christ consciousness, once again, and to live that out through our daily lives. So, whether we're washing the dishes, taking a dump, hoeing the garden, whether we are creating a new structure for finance, whether we're building a business, we do it with consciousness. We do it coming from the essence of our true self and not just through our ego and our personality. That's everyone's first purpose. Everyone's.
So I've got something that I see in the number one, and I think I'm wrapping these up into the same thing, because you know how my brain works weird, right?
It works
So
fine.
if so first thing you kind of start to need to do is you got to find the peace of mind so that you're content and happy and you know where you're at. So
There
that
it
you
is. Peace of mind doesn't happen without purpose.
right, right. So you've got to figure that out. And if you got the peace of mind, then you can y- you start to what'd you say right after peace of mind? The first thing you said, your worth.
Prosperity,
No,
fulfillment, joy.
keep going. So okay, so anyways, once you figure out where you're at, then find joy within the place that you're at. Okay, no matter what you got to look for. Once you start to find that one little bit of joy, you will start to find the fulfillment, because you won't have joy without fulfillment. Both of them will be the same. Once you can align those, it's a little math problem. You will start to have prosperity every fucking time, no matter where you're at in life.
That's what I'm saying. You must align with here. Like I said, I think I have a picture, and I do. Claudia, I haven't seen anything in the chat from you yet. Please chat, and we normally don't bring people on, but maybe we will today. We'll see. But feel free to hop on the chat. Boom. Okay. Soul Vision Mind Map. All right, here we go. Claudia will be learning about this inside of her courses. All right, energetic sources. Right now, as we're having this broadening of awakening and expansion of consciousness, people are like waking up and realizing, whoa, there's more to life than just our bodies and our brains. So let's say we have a mind, heart, body, gut. These all
Meaning.
put out electromagnetic currents, all of them. They all transmit energy. They're all transmitters. Now, our soul and our consciousness, you could say they're the same thing. You could say they're slightly different, where the soul's life energy and consciousness is the connection between the highest source and us. Oh, there's Claudia. Hey, Claudia, glad to have you. Now, everyone has areas of attention. That means something in life that they want to improve on. Everybody wants to expand in a certain area because everybody has a soul, and the soul's always looking for expansion. Maybe it's health, maybe it's relationship, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your spiritual connection, maybe it's your environment, maybe it's your purpose agenda, your purpose alignment, knowing that you have a truer calling. All right, we arrived on this planet with purpose intact. Now, our first purpose is consciousness awareness. Everybody, every human, until we can become aware of our consciousness, we are unable to actually enjoy peace of mind on a long-term basis. Our peace of mind, our joy, will be predicated completely on external life circumstances. The weather's good, the wife's being nice, I'm making money at work, my body looks, I mean, it all comes from external places. But when we align with consciousness, with presence, with essence, not only are we able to stay in a higher vibration frequency, but here's the catcher. We fulfill our purpose on this planet by elevating the universal collective consciousness of the planet. So right now, there used to be some that are, some that aren't. Now it's like this, some that really are and some that aren't at all. So there's a huge gap between the two groups now. But the ones that really are, there's so much information available, they're getting more and more and more and more and more. They're learning lots about it. And the ones that aren't at all, they're trying to ignore it. They're wondering why everything feels so crazy and hectic. But everyone's first purpose is to connect with a part of themselves they can't see, which also happens to be the most important, valuable part, the most powerful part of ourselves. That's everyone's purpose.
So is what you're saying right here, just because I was taking notes and I got some other things to say. So there's no excuses. We can all do this,
Everyone not only can do it, they can
right?
do it right now, right here today.
So there's no excuses. We can all do this, right?
No excuses, no alibis. This is absolutely accessible to all creatures on this planet.
Okay, I agree with you, right? And it starts with just with a thought or an idea. Like I can do better than what I've been doing. I've got something more to give to the world, right?
Well, let's level up. First
Yeah,
thing, before even talking about your job and what you're contributing on the physical plane, let's talk about just being aligned with your spiritual self more often.
right. So I is what I'm just getting at is I can do better. I can do better on what I eat. I can do better on waking up. I can do better on going to bed on time. I can do better at what I watch, what I read, what I listen to, who I listen to. I can do better, right? So now I've made it a thing that says there's no excuses why I can't do better because I know the world the universe has something better for me. So there's no excuse that I can give that's going to be acceptable.
Never. There will never be a good excuse or an alibi for not aligning with your consciousness. But
Right.
that's your mind thinking you can do better. That's not your consciousness.
Okay. So now we're gonna yes, I agree. So now we're gonna say now we're gonna get a choice every time. Every time we have a choice, conscious choice, which choice are we gonna take? Right? Am I going to sit here and watch CBS TV and I don't know whatever show comes on, and eat potato chips from 6 o'clock at night when I get home until 10 o'clock, and then I'm gonna get my fat ass out of my chair and then go to bed, and then I'm gonna complain about oh my life sucks and I'm fat and I'm overweight and I'm unhealthy and I'm not happy, or am I going to go ahead and come home and decide to eat an apple and read a book or watch a podcast? So there is no excuse because there's a choice in there where somebody made it.
Yes. Moment to moment decision to choose the old habitual ways of thinking, behaving, and feeling,
Right.
or to choose actions and thoughts that align with what you actually want. But I'm inviting you to go higher than that. I'm inviting you to not even think for a bit and to disidentify from your thinking mind and feel the essence, the truth that is the energy that connects us with Source, with God. And when that's happening, there is no suffering. You may not feel happy, but you won't suffer. You will have, at the very least, be peaceful. And it says in the Bible, it says it all over the place, be still and know that I am God.
Yeah.
In the stillness, without thought, is where we can breathe in and connect with God. And one of the big ways is actually through the third eye chakra, the crown chakra as well. So this is an energetic connection with true source intelligence that we're not spending time doing, but you can do it. You can do it right now, like literally. Like I just put a podcast out in a video today. It was podcast number 35. And I do some meditations, I do some alignments, I do some like teaching stuff, and they're all talking, and it talks about just 3 breaths in through your nose, hold for 3, out through your mouth. In fact, I, with your permission, am going to walk you through it right now because a friend of mine taught me another way to do it even faster. Because if we spend time connecting with consciousness, with our true self, every single day, and we practice it, we are literally going to be more peaceful throughout the day. We're going to be able to make those decisions much faster and better, and our lives are going to change. But that's the juice. The juice is connecting with what we don't see and realizing everybody has access. regardless of your religion, regardless of your past, regardless of your mistakes, because the one truth is energy. And this is energy.
Yeah. I agree. You know what started this whole thing is where we agree on like 98% of everything, except where I'm like a, you can't just hum haw and meditate and it's gonna come to you. I'm a action taker, doer, you know, intensifier for that. So I agree. So if you want to try this quicker, better way to do it, yeah, I'm game.
Okay. Do you know why humming or sounds work?
It has something to do with the tone.
Vibrational frequency.
Vibrational megahertz. Yeah.
It's all vibration.
Hmm.
And that's why your own voice can create a vibrational frequency. And there's something called tonal humming, where you just hum at your tone. Like for me, it would be, and I'm literally just closing my eyes and humming whatever comes out. It's my resonance tuning.
Okay.
And okay, now tapping actually it's like FMT and EMDR. It creates bilateral stimulation. Your third eye is right here. So if you tap here, you tap here. Okay, but first you set your intention. Your intention is to have an open mind and an open heart for a new experience.
I have an open mind for you, and my heart is always open for
Dude,
you.
you're not going to help me that much. This is going to
Okay.
help you more than
All right.
anyone in the
All right.
world.
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
Because right now you have an energetic field around your body. It's called your field of intention.
I agree with that.
And if all we do is think about doing, and
Yeah.
we don't let source intelligence tell us what to do instead, we don't
Yeah.
get the opportunities in the easy way, and the fun way, and the more profitable way, and the more enjoyable way, we never get to see it.
I agree. I agree. That's why we're having. That's why we're talking, right?
Oh, let me back up.
Yeah.
There's probably a million different ways to connect with source intelligence. I mean, seriously, there's so many
Yeah.
ways. It's just finding the way that works for each person. Because
Now
making it a habit, like brushing your
I don't have to
teeth.
go. I don't have to. Right. If that's not, if I don't feel comfortable, that's not what I have to do.
Breathing will always work. The breath connects you.
Sucking in life and air, and oh yeah, I agree with that.
Breath will always connect you. You can listen to vibration and that will help. You can hum vibration, it will help. The colors help as well. Like knowing, for instance, when it comes to the third eye, don't worry, they all have colors. The color for the third eye is
Yeah, I don't know what color it is, but
everyone has a color. Oh, here it is. The color for the third eye is indigo, like that cool blue color. So by visualizing the color blue and by making the sound of the third eye, which is you are aligning with that energy frequency. Like it's like tuning in a radio, Josh. Your body's a radio station, has receiving centers in it.
yeah,
But if you are thinking thoughts at all, it F's up the alignment. Your thinking mind is going to think old thoughts. Every thought you think right now is based on the past, unless you give yourself a permission to think a new thought.
yeah.
And I'm inviting you to think new
I,
thoughts, and I can feel your energy.
well,
Your
thank
energy is all, don't you have me doing any of this yummy, yummy, hum stuff. I
you.
can feel it.
See, yeah. Now we're talking. But this is what's good because we can talk about this, right? I'm in alignment with you. I agree with you. It's just fucking weird.
Okay. I would suggest to you then you start off really basic.
I think very good, and I'm very high intelligence and very much in with my emotions. But I do know that I need to learn and to be able to grow. I couldn't talk this way with you every week on the way that we do.
Well, this
If,
isn't about you. This is about all the people like you that
oh,
aren't willing and aren't going to suggest to do this podcast, that know something's there, but they just keep waiting and waiting and waiting until they get cancer or they lose everything or their spouse dies or their kids die or something really catastrophic happens.
let's not talk about
And
that
they
stuff.
find it.
Yeah, we don't even want to speak that into the universe. Yeah.
It happens all the time because people don't align and their soul says, dude, listen to me. Dude, listen to me. Hey, you're getting too old. We're not going to carry out. You're spending all your time in your mind, living in out of personality, and you're not making progress. You don't have to start a multi-million dollar business, but I need you to align with the higher source a little bit more.
So
Give
you
me
can
some
be
attention.
happy and be fulfilled. And yeah, 100%. You can be fulfilled and happy right where you're at right now.
Yes, as long as you're creating space for God, for source, for light, for a higher intelligence in your own thinking mind.
Correct.
And some people could already be doing it without even knowing they're doing it. They may go fishing every day, and when they're fishing, they're not thinking, they're just they're in awe of the beauty. They're enjoying the moment. They're fully now being in whatever they're doing, and they love the process, whether they catch a fish or not. And it's just enjoying that moment with nature. That could do it for lots of people.
Oh, I'll tell you mine is personally, I'm the world's worst on a 25 freaking minute shower in the morning. Every morning, whether I took a shower that evening before I went to bed, I get up, start the coffee, and I want my shower. It could be a 10-minute shower. Most likely, it's going to be 15, 20, 30-minute shower every morning. That is my peace time.
Here's how you know if you're aligned with your purpose, and your purpose is to connect with source consciousness.
Okay.
Number one, you feel at ease and peaceful and at ease in your own skin, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what's coming at you. You feel peaceful. You feel at ease.
Yeah, is what I'm saying is I got used to it. The only place sometimes for me was taking a shower. So even to this day, oh my God, I'm not worried about the water bill, right? Oh, I'm gonna have a high water bill. Well, it's not because of my fucking showers. Everything else can shut off, but I'm gonna take me a nice shower and have my
Notice when you're showering, you spend a
yeah,
fair amount of time probably letting the shower get your bath, but you probably
yep,
spend it like looking at it, let it wash over your face, right?
thinking. I do a
Oh no,
lot.
the water is hitting you in the face while you're thinking, right?
All right,
Top of
there you
your
go.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, those are the points.
yeah, yeah, okay.
That's your crown and that's your third eye. You're getting tapped by the water.
Well, then
So
probably
many people have moments of calmness and connection during the shower, or they have epiphanies and downloads because inadvertently they're stopping their thinking mind and they're creating space for some other source intelligence to be part of them.
I think is what happens for me, and because I've been doing it for so long, is all my processes that I've put into my brain all day. I'm starting to figure out the solutions, and that's when I think of them for the day or for the week or for the month. I probably should keep like a waterproof notebook in there because that's when they pop up. It's my
Claudia,
subconscious putting, letting
wait,
out the
wait.
down that it's been downloading it all night, and then it's like, oh, here it is, all in one big file.
So Claudia has been hitting me in the private chat. I haven't let her in because Claudia will take this chat over. She's a talker. And I love you, Claudia, but just yeah, you're a talker. Um, and she said, trying to multitask. Can you guys hear me? I tried talking a few times. Hello, seriously, can you hear me? Tom, can you hear me? Anybody? Not sure what's the issue. It's because I sent the same link to hers I sent to you, and now she was like part of it. Now there's some people watching it live, but we're gonna bring Claudia on when she comes back because she thinks it's a tech issue. And it really was that I just was talking to you, so I didn't let her in yet. So the stillness and the silence of the thought is when we connect to source, and it's automatic. And when we're connected to source and not thinking about it, peace is the baseline feeling.
Yeah. So, and I think you can even train your brain to receive those messages every day in a certain way. So for me, it's taking a shower in the morning. If I don't get my shower, I'm cranky all day. For you, I would believe it's like you got to go for a gym, you got to do some exercises, and then that's when you get your big thought. I'm just guessing,
It's
you know.
mostly the downloads I get when I'm intentionally seated, quiet. I have a candle, nothing.
Yeah,
I do it like usually before 5 a.m. in the morning, and I just breathe and receive, breathe and receive.
yeah. I
Thoughts
need
will
to get
come.
better. I need to that's me. That's some maybe really good, and I can talk all this stuff. I can say right now personally, probably I needed to sit there more and or maybe not. Breathe and receive because
That's the magic.
you know
And when you practice it, it's just like lifting weights or fishing. When you practice it, you're able to do it when life hits you unexpectedly. You're able to go into a calm observer awareness state instead of reacting like you normally would. It creates like this bubble of patience.
you're right actually, and I didn't realize this, and maybe that's why I'm a little bit even more intense. So when I broke my neck last September, I broke C1 and C2 um, with a brain bleed and some other things. Um, and everybody said the hardest thing for you, Josh, must have been just sitting there because I am such a person, right? Like, got to push it. You're not doing it right. You're not doing it fast enough. And the truth was, it was very easy for me to transition to sit in my brain and to see on how I'm going to grow my business and start doing things that are going to be bigger and better once I'm healed. And I'm still going to physical therapy 3 days a week. So, I'm not all the way there yet. So I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and we're still moving forward though. But it gave me the opportunity to take my business, even though I was in a bad spot, it's gonna go bigger, go better.
Do you ever have times, even now, where you just feel frustrated, you feel angry, you feel disconnected, you feel like biting someone's head off?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm so mad and pissed off that that I have this big vision in my head where I want to grow bigger, be better, and it's not happening fast enough. Um, but then I got to remember I can only grow as where the universe. I need to still let it take me, and then also I got to take a step back and say, hey, motherfucker, you need to be happy for what you can do, and be thankful for those lessons you learned, and you know, thank your guardian angel or whatever. Like, I mean, I'm stupid lucky. I've been shot, been blowed up, then everything else. So I'm pretty damn lucky.
So just by thinking about what you appreciate,
Why?
you change your energetic frequency. The energy field around your body changes.
Right. And I realize that. So I'm just thankful. Even if I'm having a slow day, I can say, you know what? I don't care if it's slow. I'm thankful that I'm out here walking around. I'm not up there, riding around in a wheelchair like Superman because I bet that's the same injury that he has or had.
So
Yeah.
just deciding to think that different thought, you're shifting frequencies.
Right. Right.
And the more people that decide to think better feeling thoughts and to feel better feeling feelings and to have more aligned reactions. That's the thing that gets us. Those automatic reactions. That person calls you, oh, you know what? It's so and so son of a b, and you just automatically feel a certain way. Maybe you respond a certain way, and you definitely will think a certain way. But what if those could change? Where you absolutely hold your ground and you uphold your boundaries, but you do it from a place of power instead of emotional reaction.
Yeah. You know, so being from the South, if somebody calls you a so and so and you're a no good so and so, you know, well, you just say, huh, I'm sorry you think that way, but bless your heart and have a nice day.
Whoa, there we go. That's Southern. That's Southern spirituality right there. So, and as long as that person says those words and does not feel any resentment or self judgment in their own hearts, that's a great exchange. That's aligned action.
And then you just walk away and carry on with your day. You know, whatever that
Is
person.
everybody in the South that way?
Mm, if you get a bless your heart, it's probably not a good thing.
Okay, because they're saying bless your heart, but they really mean it in a vindictive way.
Probably. I mean, maybe not, but you know, that's just a thing. For me personally, one of mine, just mine, is a Miss Ma'am. If I start Miss Ma'aming your ass, oh, I'm just calling you a dirty old grandma bitch. Like I'm mad. Yeah, and I don't call him Karen, right? That's what the world does. Yeah, I'm just calling you a Karen. How about that?
There are people that don't do that.
But then if I just say, "Okay, Miss Ma'am, go on your way. Have a nice day," I
But
just tell.
the intentions are the same. The words are just different.
But words are powerful.
Well, and so is intention.
Well, I agree with that, but we all do that. So, but it's still the same. I know what I just did. You know, so instead of saying,
But when you do that, and that's a small one, like I know people that do much bigger things. When you do that, you feel better for a second because you, in a way, politely threw your little arrow.
"I did," and
And it
yeah,
feels good for a second, but just like a drug, your authentic power, your intention vibration, the energetic field decreases.
right. But that's a whole lot better than me. Also, I didn't. I lost it for a little bit, but then I said something nice, so now they have to think about it. Like, you know, I didn't like overstep a boundary or call somebody a bitch or anything like that. So it's kind of like I made them step back and think their actions.
Well, I want to make it clear that I'm not judging this as good or bad, right or wrong. No blame, no shame, not at all. But what I'm saying is, we have access.
Yeah,
Call it love, call it truth, call it connectedness, call it awareness of this source intelligence that when we're tapped into it, it becomes immensely easy to not only answer, but say, hey, Josh, instead of calling you Miss Ma'am, say, Josh, what you're doing is unacceptable, man.
perfect. Perfect. Which make it so I can keep a line in the universe, which in my head I can say, I don't know, that crazy California dude told me I'm out of temple. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. But now I'm thinking about it. But you're fine with saying you got it off your chest.
Well, then I gave it to you to let you decide what you want to do with it. And guess what? What you do with it now is none of my
Yeah.
business.
And then you don't have to think about it no more. Instead of being mad about the person that cut you off, or whatever. I mean, we all have those moments. I don't care how aligned you are, I don't think, but we all have them. And then, but let's take it and then use them as growth opportunities along the way
That's what
every
they
day.
are. Every one of them. Every punch in the face, everyone that cuts us off, everyone that does us dirty, that is a contrast experience for us to decide, like you said earlier, to decide to align with our true self or our personality programs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I'm saying is if we spend 5 to 10 minutes every day aligning with our true self energetically and elevating our consciousness,
Yeah.
it becomes an option to choose our true self. And then it becomes an even better option. And then if we do it long enough, it becomes our default program that we automatically do.
It's what I
All right,
was saying. I'm
I'm gonna let
getting what you're
Claudia in now. All right,
in the
Claudia, I'm gonna let you in.
No, but
Hello, Claudia.
were you able to hear me before?
No,
I tried.
I didn't have your voice on. We didn't want to have. I was gonna have you
Oh, I
type in the
was like,
chat. Normally, we have everybody just type in the chat and ask for questions, but we're making a special guest appearance with you, so you are here.
Right.
What questions do you have about purpose, or comments you have about purpose, alignment, and the role having a purpose or being in tune with your purpose, what that plays in someone's life, their prosperity and their happiness? And Josh, meet Claudia. Claudia, meet Josh. I know Josh
Hi
and I
again.
met in Arkansas. No, it wasn't in Arkansas. He's from Arkansas. I'm from California. We met in Texas at a powerful living experience and shared a hotel room. Never met each other before. And I thought, who is this? Who is this? Tobacco chewing, barricade making, hat wearing, boot wearing guy that brought lots of snacks and is willing to share them with me right away. Okay, this is okay. Let's see what this is about. And then we wound up talking really, got up really early and talked about third eye and consciousness alignment. And at the end, we decided he paid for my whole hotel room too. I thought I was doing something nice by giving him a cool journal. I mean, I go to check out, he paid for my share. So it was like this whole like energy exchanging that we weren't talking about, but it was happening. And we've been doing a podcast every Thursday together ever since.
Yeah. So
Now you can talk, Claudia. Any questions?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought I can only chat.
You are a
Yeah.
special guest after this episode where you can actually talk and you're part of the podcast.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Feel very honored, by the way. And thank you. Yeah, this is a Texas spirit. I lived there for 8 years, and boy, they're generous.
Well, he's not from Texas. He's from Arkansas. That's
Yeah,
just
but
where
you
we
met
met.
in Texas. Oh, you're from Arkansas. You're right.
I
I'm so
think they're even
sorry.
more
Yeah.
generous than Arkansas.
And you live in California, where? I'm so sorry, Tom.
Well, who cares about purpose? Let's talk about geography.
Oh, I'm
I live
sorry.
I
Yeah.
live in Santa Rosa.
Oh, that's a little far from San Francisco area.
About 100 miles.
Yes. So about purpose, I wanted to talk badly about that. I do have a question about that. What happens when you know your purpose, but you're brought up in an environment that's not encouraging towards your purpose, and no matter how many times you try, you just have those situations that would not let you pursue anything. So that's what's been happening to me a lot, to the point that I switch and flip so many I would say new gigs and new everything. I said maybe it's not meant to be. I tried out different other I don't know, hobbies, and I keep going back to the same. And now finally, when I'm able to get back to it, I've been sick for like 11 years. So I decided to finally give it a try. And you're like, just, I don't know, you're sent from heavens, because it's such a different environment for me right now. So what do you do with that purpose when you know it, but you can't pursue it?
okay, I got a question, Miss Claudia. Uh, uh, since you know your purpose, what is it?
So I've always wanted to be a writer. I love writing. I can write all day long, reading and writing. So, um,
What would you like to write?
well, I'm already writing a book about my bio book. I'm writing poems. So I've been writing since the age of 7. So I have a bunch of poems, and then when I presented in high school, my literature teacher stole my whole book. So I don't have my old books, but now I started again. And remember, it's like a second language; it comes a little differently. So I'm writing both right now, but I also want to pursue some sort of like my not channel, but I just want to talk about how I see things. And Tom, just to kind of exactly like you do, I just want to have people feeling free to just talk out their thoughts and their emotions without feeling judged, without feeling procrastinated because, oh, you're supposed to think positive. Or so that's for me, it's a space for me more than anything. And I understand the necessity to be positive, which I am very positive internally, but I've fought a lot of I don't know. I cannot call it bad luck, but I've always said, "Oh my God, I have nothing but bad luck."
May I
Nobody
interrupt you?
have a
Okay.
May I interrupt you for a sec?
yes.
Number one, according to your purpose, you're fulfilling it right now because you're talking to a group of people that are non-judgmental and that are welcoming your opinions. But Josh, what's Claudia's, mine, yours, and every person's on this planet? What is their primary purpose? What's the primary purpose we all have in common?
Is that Josh? Okay.
Josh is going to answer you because that should be the first thing
Straight up
any of us are thinking about.
individual happiness, because in your mind, you got to get your mind right. Once you get your mind right, you'll start to be happy, right? And then you're gonna know, okay, I want to be a writer. So how do I be a writer? Well, I can just sit here and write. I write a bunch of scribbles all the time. I'm always just scribbling. I don't write like you at all. No way, because I'm dyslexic and ADD and everything else. Um, if you're very good at that, then just start writing. Start writing for everybody.
Connect to your consciousness.
Yeah.
Connect to consciousness. Whatever you're doing, whether you're doing the dishes, whether you are sweeping the rug, whether you're writing, the more time any of us spend connected to consciousness, the more we are on our purpose. And that's where the happiness, the peace of mind comes from. And that's where we get the downloads of how to write and share with more people. But everyone
Yes.
has the same purpose of aligning our minds and our bodies and our operating systems with consciousness.
And
that
then
way it flows through us.
the more you do it, the more you put yourself out there, and the more consistently you're in front of it, the more opportunities that the universe will put in your path.
As long as your energetic field is consciousness and not just hustle, grind, and hustle and grind will always work a while, but it will always stop.
I think that our purpose on this earth is to keep growing, self growth,
Yes.
and also not trying to change the world. Mostly change yourself as much as you can.
You
And
must start with yourself. There's
yes,
no doubt. There's no thinking. Your purpose is to
yeah,
let your soul expand and consciousness
yeah,
expand and to realize you're way more than your physical body and your brain. Like
and
all that is secondary.
including
So
the
you guys are
negative,
right.
but including the
That
negative, because most people they embrace the positive only, but the negative is I think is the most tricky part, because it's it's hard to figure out how to
What if you
intertwine
didn't
these two.
label anything as good or bad?
I'm sorry.
hold on.
No, none of them is good, is bad. It's
Well, what
just
if nothing was good or bad? It was just your
it's
thinking that made it so.
So
yes, because that's how we were taught to think.
that's
Let's let Josh talk because he's
fine.
very
Sorry,
polite. Go ahead,
So
Josh.
sorry. Yeah.
happiness, it's happiness within yourself. It's happiness within the situation that I am right now. I'm going to be okay and content with this, and then I'm going to start my growth from this point forward in a happy state of mind.
That's consciousness. Consciousness is always our source of inner peace, inner joy, inner love, no matter what happens or doesn't happen on the outside. Now, is this an easy state to get into? No, no. But
No.
it's available to all of us, and that's our first purpose. Our first purpose, our primary purpose as humans, is to awaken and become aware that we have consciousness, and
Yeah, but
then
have
decide to let that flow through our bodies and mind instead of just relying on our bodies and mind and hoping consciousness sneaks its way in sometimes in the shower.
yeah. Well, and then if we don't have that, then within our own inner peace, happiness, whatever you want to call it, then there's no way we could lead anybody else into that same start of feeling.
Oh,
Mic
and
drop. Mic
yes.
drop. Literally.
Yeah, yeah.
Gosh,
Boom, explosion. Yes.
that's everyone's purpose.
Oh, good
Anyone out
Lord.
there looking for your purpose, it's to align with consciousness,
Yep.
with spirit, with soul, with God. Call it whatever you want, but scientifically, you can call it consciousness. Quantum science is investigating it. It's one of the most hotly discussed and researched things because consciousness is real. It affects matter, and we all have it. And it's where all of the peace, happiness, and joy are at.
Yep.
That's everyone's purpose. If someone wants to find your purpose, say do whatever you're doing with as much consciousness and presence and now being as you possibly can. That's your purpose. And the more time you spend
Yep.
in that state of consciousness, oh my gosh, things
And
just
then
start coming to you. This sounds good. Oh, that sounds good. And like you get downloads of what if I wrote my poem and I just posted it? Like that idea for the book. I'm like, what if I just wrote out this? I did it in this form and see if people like it. And if they don't know, they liked it. I said, what if they okay, well, and then I mean it's just like it just they keep coming. It's love. Love consciousness is love. It's
we need to
unconditional being.
grow this whole community. Can you imagine? And I've said this before in our podcast that man, if we had 100 people on this podcast where we could all be and we were all in the same in line, forget about time and space and distance. It's all coming from the same place.
Dude, that's the true freedom community. That is my intention and my mission of creating that is to create a place where everyone can express and help raise each other's consciousness and get their consciousness expand at the same time. And then to take a group of people like Claudia and other champions and shape them into leaders.
Yeah.
Like we can create these communities online, but also if there's in-person meetings and stuff like I mean, this is what's happening. And it's
Yeah.
intention. Like I have a field of intention around me. I can feel it. That's saying, let's create, let's share our light, let's help each other shine, but let's make sure that we stick to the universal laws of energy.
You know, I did do one chat one day, and I recorded it, and nobody showed up out of like 50 followers or so. And then when I entered the second day the room, I saw how many people were listening to the recording. So that tells me how many people for some reason have, I mean, they've grown up with this shame or guilt and not being judged. So because of that, I think so many people do not dare to join. So you, two of us, are kind of like an example that you can do it without being judged. And look, you can do it and learn some things, and not be afraid to be booed for that. So we're also like a spark for people, because when you put yourself out there, that's exactly what you do. You're spreading the love, right? It's just you also have to have the awareness that you expose yourself, and then you
Claudia, we only
cannot.
have 3 minutes left, so I want to answer the
Sorry,
first question you asked because
sorry.
what you're saying is true, but
Okay.
our soul is always looking to expand, but what's either helps us expand or what makes it hard for it to expand has a lot to do with our physical body and our situation. So environment is
Yeah.
definitely one of the things. Like your living situation, your relationships, your nervous system. Like we have to know to regulate our nervous system, our physiology. If you are unhealthy, it's hard for you to embody that healthy mindset. Your habits and your
True.
beliefs, your relationship with money, with people, with challenges, with changes. So
True.
the more we create the capacity for expansion, and the big one is open-mindedness, open-heartedness, the more we have the potential. But that means changing the way we think, the way we react, our habitual behaviors, and the way we interact. Because the soul wants to experience, it wants to interact, and it wants to express. Like your poems, that's your soul saying, express me.
Yep.
Those are the 3 things the soul wants to do, but it can't do it without a human body and hands and a brain. It
Yeah.
needs us. It needs these. Like Josh is right. You got to do shit. You got to do stuff. You can't just sit on your ass and do nothing. He's
Yeah.
right. But do the things that align with our consciousness.
True.
Josh, anything to close this up? Well, we still have 2 more minutes.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I can say is go back to the no excuses. So what we learned yesterday is always going to be part of us, you know. But we're going to make the decision right now in this minute to move forward and to do better. So if last minute I made a bad decision, I can change it around right now, and I can start to make the better decisions. You know, I'm going to take the path that's hard, and that's usually going to be the right one.
Hard decisions, hard path, easy life.
There you
Easy
go.
decisions, easy path, hard
Yep.
life.
Yep.
That's what I got today, guys. My close
Awesome.
arguments there.
Claudia, thank
Oh.
you for showing up once again, sharing your light and expressing yourself. This is a broadcast on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever fine things are served. And would you like to say any final words to our 2 viewers that are still on?
I feel so lucky and so honored to be part of this group that you're creating, and meeting people like Josh, very interesting. And I wish more people would dare to join, because it's amazing in my opinion. So
Well, thank
thank you guys, really, it's amazing.
Attract them with your intentional field. You have
Oh
an
yeah.
energetic field. Some people call it your prayer field. It's your intention field. If
Yeah.
you are vibrating and attracting those people, they will find us. That's what they mean by build it and they will come. It's grow that light
Yep.
and share that frequency and they will come. And Josh, don't you forget, tap in and say
Now,
In a shower. In a shower.
activate that P-now, man. A third eye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Until next time. Thank
Bye.
you. I
Bye.
love you. And thank you to all of our viewers. Bye-bye.
You